We are back with some more Bengals franchise, and unfortunately, I was not able to record this draft live like I usually do as well. I was actually planning on doing it, but then something popped up last second, so I didn't have time to, unfortunately. But we are here to recap the draft, recap everything that happened. Before we get into all of that, we did have a couple more trades that went through. The Seattle Seahawks sent left tackle Dwayne Brown and a future 5th-round pick to Pittsburgh for 2 7th-round picks, so got Dwayne Brown there for super cheap. The Eagles send quarterback Jalen Hurts to the Houston Texans for a 2021 3rd and a 2021 5th. Miami sends quarterback Xavier Howard a 2022 4th and a 2021 5th-round pick to the Cardinals for a 2022 2nd. The Chargers ended up sending their 1st-round pick, 12th overall, to Baltimore, and Baltimore sent a couple picks to move up in the draft there. The New York Jets sent Shepard, I'm guessing this is Sterling Shepard, to the Washington football team for center Ishmael, not sure who that is, and a 2021 3rd. And I believe, nope, this was a trade right here. It was just, that's just another trading up into the draft. And I believe that's all of the trades. I did make my final trade. You're only allowed 3 trades per season now. And I made 2 that involved players, and I made my 3rd. I'm very excited about this trade. I ended up trading my 3rd-round pick that I got from Oakland. So I moved back 6 spots to the 14th pick in the 1st round, and I got the 14th pick in the 3rd round, and I traded that 14th pick in the 3rd round for I changed him to defensive end, but he's an outside linebacker, Rashawn Gary. The man is going to be starting at left end. I was thinking, like, some people were saying to start this man, some people were saying to start Alton Robinson, some people were saying to even move Mr. Sam over there. But I had a chance, a 3rd-round pick for a very young player who can develop into an absolute god. An absolute god. I mean, last Madden, the Packers user Trey had this man at an X Factor. He was locked in. He was a monster. And I only got him. I got him for a 3rd-round pick. I mean, this is an amazing talented player right here. A lot of speed, 86 speed, 88 acceleration. Got some good power moves. I mean, the dude's a beast. The dude is an absolute freak. He's playing that left side for us, and I'm very excited for that move. I mean, once I hit up the Packers guy, I was like, hey, man, is this dude available? And he's like, possibly. And I was like, how about a 3rd round this year? And he's like, sure. And I was like, fuck yeah, dude. Bring him on. I'll throw him on the starting. I'll start this, man. I'm very excited for Rashawn Gary. I'm very excited about my offensive line. I mean, I really am. We did sign 2 people last second here, right before we went into the draft. I don't know if they're going to show us them, though, because it was before the draft, so I don't know if it will show us this late, but let's see, and it does not. So we did end up signing another defensive tackle. I signed Dontari Poe for a 1-year deal, just keeping him on, getting a nice little, we run a 4-3. I didn't really have much scouting points, and the points that I did, there wasn't much. I didn't scout many good defensive tackles, and Dontari Poe, he can handle 1 season for us. I paid him. I don't think I paid him that much either. Yeah, super cheap deal. He's here just as a filler for us. He'll come in for a season. He's got some good strength, 94 strength. His power moves. I mean, he's solid. It's a solid player for a 1-year gap. He'll probably end up leaving next season, I bet. But I'm happy with it. I'm happy with them signing there. And we also signed a kicker in Zane Gonzalez, another cheap deal. I didn't sign him I think this was actually a 2-year deal, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 2 years, pretty cheap. He's got 96 kick power, which I'm pretty excited about. The dude's got an absolute cannon. 96 kick power, okay, accuracy. But I was really just looking for the power. I mean, accuracy for the most part is on me to get it good. So obviously, if you have good accuracy, it helps, because when you choke a little bit, it doesn't wank it all the time. But 96 kick power for cheap deal, and he's 26. He can stay here for some time. I was happy with both those signings. Those were the last signings we made before we went into the draft. And there was one player that I was praying, made it to the 14th pick, and he did. He was a hidden development. He turned out to be star. I actually drafted 4 hidden development players this draft, and all 4 of them were stars. So I was a little bummed about that, because when I kept pulling these hidden devs, I was like, oh my god, dude, one of these guys is going to be a superstar. Like, there has to be. But Carlos Carey, I'm so excited to have this man on the squad. I mean, 6'6", absolute freak, 86 speed, 90 acceleration, 83 catching. I mean, tight ends are super, super easy to develop as well. His blocking is like okay. I mean, it's nothing crazy, but it's really not. His blocking is not that bad for at least for now. But a 75 overall rookie. This is the dude who I wanted to pick. That I thought I looked at all the teams when I was sitting at the 8th spot, and that's why I was open to trading back 6 spots, because I was like, I think there's a really good chance this guy makes it. He was projected. His true talent was mid-first round. And I was like, I think there's a chance if I drop back a couple spots here, I can get that pick, which turned into Rashawn Gary. And I think I could still get the number 1 guy that I want to get in that first round. And I did. So I'm very excited about that. Glad to see Mr. Carlos coming to the squad. We'll see how he does. And then with our 2 second-round picks, my first second-round pick, I believe, was a center. Let me just double-check before I get this right. I should have wrote this down, but unfortunately, we did not do that. So let's go to... Oops, I guess I got to go here. Center. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. So our second-round pick was our current starting center, which I'm actually really, really excited about. He is also star development, and he's solid. 23, 70 overall. I mean, he's just a solid player. 85 strength. He's got greens all over the place. I mean, the run blocking can get up in the greens easily. I mean, for a rookie, and the offensive line, this class, let me tell you, this draft class for the offensive line was not that good. It really was not. But I think this guy is pretty damn solid. He's got 85 acceleration as well, so if he's pulling or something, if he ever is doing that, or if he's running up the field, he can, get up there to that second level. I'm very excited. He'll be going straight into my starting center spot. Remember, we signed Alejandro. I wish I could say it with a roll it. Villanueva, he's playing that right tackle spot, and then I forget the right guard we signed, but he's only here just for a filler year. I was going to roll with the same center I had just because I didn't know if I was going to be able to draft one or not, and Mr. Nicholas McDonald fell to me, and I'm happy. I mean, I really am. He is my early second round pick, and I was happy with what I got. I mean, the dude's a solid lineman. My second round pick, which was late in the draft, was a blind pick. I picked it blind. I was just looking. I was like, who do I mean, like I said, I didn't get to scout that much when I took over this team. The dude that had it before me did not scout at all. And I ended up getting a star dev cornerback, 21 years old, 69 overall. And I think I'm going to give this man some playing time because I'm very interested in this dude. If you look at our corners, they're all high 20s. Trey Waynes, I don't think I'm going to re-sign when his contract's up. William Jackson, same thing. Don't know if I'm going to re-sign him. McKenzie's another one. I really don't know if I'm going to re-sign him just because they'll be in their 30s and stuff. So it just kind of depends on what their overall is, because then they're going to be starting to regress. So I was like, we need some youth in here. And Travis Lumpkin. I like big, tall corners. He's 6'3", with 93 speed, 93 acceleration, 88 jumping. His press is okay too. I mean, 73. His personality, he's a leader. Probably going to change his number. Actually, we'll just go ahead and change it. We'll just go ahead and change it right now before we forget, because I did not see that the man's number is 42. But he's star dev, and I think, I'm not even lying, I think I'm going to be playing him. What do we want to do for him? Let's do, what number shall we do? Let's just 29. I don't know. Let's just do 33, I guess, for now. Fuck it. But I was thinking about putting him maybe in the slot, but I was like, no, we got to utilize the man's, height, put him out wide, and I'm gonna try to develop and focus train this man and make him into a beast. I think I've made up my mind. I mean, his man and zone are not the greatest, but I mean, we just got to work on that balanced penalty trait or tendency. I think this could be a corner for the future for us. I mean, he's almost a 70 overall. Maybe by the time we do my training next week in week 1, it'll probably be a 70. So it'll be a 70 overall star dev at 21. And I think it's just best to get him playing time now and just start developing right away. Moving on, we had one third-round pick, which ended up being now our starting left outside linebacker, which is Mitch Murray. 23 is his age. 68 overall. I believe he's just a normal dev. Yeah, he was normal. The only thing about this dude is his speed. He's got really good acceleration at 88, so he gets up to his top speed quickly, but his speed is not the greatest. 78 speed. His zone is also not that good as well, even though he's a coverage linebacker style. That zone is dog shit, which is going to be a problem. He's going to be starting at that left outside linebacker spot. We're very, very young on all over the ball. I mean, we are we're probably one of the most young teams in the league right now. So I'm going to be giving him the start on the left side. We'll see how he does. If he's absolutely dog shit, we might have to move on. I'll probably be using him quite a bit. But we'll just have to see how he plays. He will be starting for us for our week 1 game. We did not have a 4th round pick, but we had 2 5th round picks. My first 5th round pick, I went with a punter. I actually ended up cutting that punter and signed a undrafted cutting him. He's on my practice squad. But I saw an undrafted free agent or rookie here in Kevin Friedman. He was just a little bit better, so I moved the punter I got in the 5th round, moved him to the practice squad, and Kevin comes in. 89 kick power, 84 kick accuracy. I mean, it's a punter. There's not much to talk about. Then we went with a defensive tackle, just needed some depth, and he actually was indeed star dev. This was another blind pick. I didn't have that much scouting points, and so I just kind of just looked at combines and looked at, his height and stuff, and just kind of YOLO'd it and got a star dev defensive tackle. He's not the best, though, if we're being completely honest. Star dev is nice, but don't know if he'll ever pan out into anything. And then with our final pick, our 6th round pick, we did not have a 7th rounder. We went with Devontae Rhodes, another blind pick, normal dev here. Just getting some depth at linebacker. I mean, his stats are, okay, I guess. I'm not too sure. Once again, I don't see Devontae panning out into anything, but I'm hoping. These are my left outside linebackers. I'd much rather, this dude's 29, he's old as hell. I'd much rather give Mitch Murray, the rookie, a chance to see if he can be better than a Kareem Martin. If he's that bad, we might just throw Kareem in there and just take our losses and be like, well, you know what? We tried to draft one, but maybe we try next draft to get one or something. But we'll see. We'll see how Mitch Murray plays. But that is the draft class. I'm very excited about it. I'm very, very happy about it. I'm not complaining whatsoever. Taking a look at the schedule, we start off our season with a divisional game, which is going to be very, very interesting. We take on the Cleveland Browns. Then we take on the Packers, the Kansas City Chiefs, this is the Bucks user in the other league. The Jets, this is the Bears user in the other league. The Lions, the Chargers. Chargers are the Lions user in the other league. Browns again, then a Week 8 bye. The Raiders, the Bears, the Ravens, Pittsburgh, Vikings. Vikings is the Browns user in the other league. Pittsburgh, the Broncos. This is the Redskins user from last Madden, if you remember that. This is so that'll be a fun game there. I haven't played in this Madden yet. We played a lot last Madden. Ravens, and we finish it out with the Indianapolis Colts. So I believe that's the Chargers user in the other league, I believe. So it's a decent schedule. I wouldn't say it's easy. I definitely wouldn't say it's like something crazy hard. Our division games are going to be difficult. Our team's so young, and they have, everyone in our division has stacked defenses. Browns got Myles Garrett. Pittsburgh, do I really got to talk about Pittsburgh? Their defense is crazy. And the Ravens have a solid defense as well. So it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough. And apparently in preseason we're 1-2, which is a little unfortunate. But before we end it, we'll take a look at my squad here. This is the starting lineup I'm going to be rolling with week 1. Tyler Boyd out wide along with Auden Tate. Then we got John Ross as our third wide receiver, also playing in the slot. And T. Higgins as our fourth. We got our fullback, Joe Burrow, Joe Mixon. The super young offensive line here, especially these three. We got Mr. Williams, Bobby Price, I think that's his name. The rookie, Mr. Brown, who we got in free agency, Villanueva, who we got in free agency, and Carlos Carey. I'm expecting big things from the boy. 6'6", he's got speed. I'm expecting big things from him. I really am. Defense is super young. Starting at free safety, Jesse Bates and same safety duo. We got Logan Wilson, Davis Gaither, both starting again this season. Like I said, Mitch Murray, the rookie, Going to be putting him at the left side. I mean, this linebacker core has got to be the youngest linebacker core in the league. It has to be. They're so young. Corners, we got Mackenzie Alexander, who I actually really do like, so he's going to be staying at that one spot. And I told you guys, I want to give the man Travis Lumpkin some playing time. I want to see how he does. I think I'm going to try to develop him and have him just turn into a god, maybe hopefully by like year 4. He's just like pushing 80 somewhere in the 80s overalls, and he's just looking like a beast. That's what we're hoping for. I mean, 93 speed and acceleration at 6'3". I mean, you can't beat that. We just got to get his other stats up. We just got to get those other stats up. Defensive line, super young, especially on the outside. Dontarie Poe and DJ Reader will be our 2 defensive tackles. Carl Lawson at the right side with Sam behind him, and Rashawn Gary on the left side with Alton Robinson behind him. Special teams, I mean, we got a new kicker and punter. Other than that, same thing. John Ross is going to take all of our kick return and punt returns. Defensively, we have William Jackson. I pushed him into the slot. Rashawn Gary, basically the same defensive line here for our nickel and dime. Logan Wilson is our sub linebacker. And then offensive stuff, exactly the same. We got Joe Mixon on those 2 and John Ross in the slot. And here's our practice squad. Just filled it out with some scrubs. This is the punter we drafted in the 5th round, but then I saw the undrafted guy that was better, so I was like, you know what? Might as well. Just some young guys here, just chilling. We'll have the CPU fill these remaining 3. And that is that. We're finally back with the Bengals franchise. I think I'm actually playing. I'm uploading this on a Sunday, and I think I'm actually playing my Week 1 game Sunday night. But just depends if our schedules line up. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.